Hello everyone, Logan here again with another game. This time it's on Kickstarter now. It's called Monster Card Boulevard. It's a game that's not really set collection. It's more of a scoring points and hand manipulation of the other players. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the cards and show you a little bit of the gameplay between me and Gothy. It's on Kickstarter now, so as soon as you're done watching this video, go ahead and go down in the description, click the link, head on over to Kickstarter, and help get it funded. It's called Monster Card Boulevard. So these are the 10 different suits that you have in Monster Card Boulevard. You have the tentacles, you have the haunted house, you've got the bat, the Phantom of the Opera mask right there. You got a little wood setting with the moon right there with the trees. You got the flask, the pumpkin, the carnival big top. You got a tomb with the little zombie arm coming out of the ground. Witch's hat. Those are the 10 suits in the game. But you also have this one down here, which is the Illuminati Eye. The Illuminati cards are basically, they're just ability cards. They come out, they do whatever they say, and then they get put into your discards, which are actually referred to as your graveyard in the game. Like you see, Nine Limb Jim right here. He has you draw from an opponent's discard pile until you have 9 cards in your hand. So if you play him, you know that your opponent has some really good cards that they got rid of last turn, or they scored points for last turn, you can actually fill your hand with those and then play them yourself during the turn. It's a really good card right there. So just to show you some of the abilities on the cards, you have these ones, like you can see on the top cards right here, Identical Tentacle Ice and Heartbreak Jake and Combat Bat, where these a ×2 underneath their points, which are in the upper left-hand corner. They got their points right there. You can see where it says not ×2. So if you play both of these cards from the suit right here, and you see the Identical Tentacle Fire right there, if you play both of these cards, each card will count as double. So each card would be 12 points. The same thing with Heartbreak Jake right here, and Iris, the One-Eyed Bride right here. They're both 5 ×2. So alone it would only be 5 points, but if you played both of them on top of each other in the round, they would both be worth 10 points. And then sometimes you have ones that have 3 of them, like you see the Combat Bat right here, Ninja Sky Samurai, Nocturnal Colonel, and the Gliding Viking right there. They're each worth 3 points individually, but if you play one of them on them, or you play all 3 of them, they'll be worth ×2, so they'll be worth 6 points each. One of the other abilities is this Spyglass ability. You can see right there next to the 6. When you play one of these cards with a Spyglass on it, it actually goes on the opponent's side of the table, so that they will score points for this card, but you'll get to draw 2 cards from their draw deck to add to your hand, which gives you more cards to play for more points, or to save over for the next round. Let's go ahead and see, yeah, one of the abilities right here, you can see, is the +1 ability. So whenever this card is played on another card of the same suit on the table, it will add +1 to each card of that same suit. You can see he would, that Beevil the Evil Efficient Assistant right there will give Dr. Abrams and Mr. Charlie, will give him +1 and make him a 3 instead of a 2, and also apply to any other one. Now that plus does not apply to him. He is still only worth 5 points, whether there are cards of other suits on the or of the same suit on the table or not. He will only ever count as 5 points. There's also the Monster Slayer card. I'm going to pick these up. Monster Slayer cards. These have no number up in the upper left-hand corner because they do not count as points for you. What they do is whenever they come out, they will sit on your side of the table and they make your opponent discard all cards of that suit. You see this one's the pumpkin right there. And he's got the little knife symbol right there signifying that he is a Monster Slayer. Or, yeah, Monster Slayer. Almost said Monster Hunter. Not Monster Hunter, Monster Slayer, because he kills them. He will get rid of all pumpkin suits on your opponent's side, not your side, the opponent's side. So he will stay in play on your side till the end of the round and then get discarded. But that also means that your opponent will not be able to play any of the pumpkin suit. And each one of these 10 suits has a monster slayer for it. And then there's a Rematch Scratch, the Disgruntled Cat. This card, even though he's only worth 4 points, it doesn't look like he has any abilities. But this is basically a tiebreaker. If somehow at the end of the game, each player has 3 rounds that they've won, because that's you're trying to get to the best of 3, or somebody gets 3 rounds in the game. If you get this card in your deck, that means you win the tiebreaker. So if somehow everybody's got 3 rounds as a win, which can happen if people have the same amount of points at the end of a round, it counts as a point for each one of them, or a win for each player. You look through the decks, whoever has Rematch Scratch in their deck basically wins the tiebreaker. So those are the basic cards, and now we're going to go ahead and get to the setup and gameplay. Just want to say real quick that there's different setup depending on the amount of players. This is a 2 to 4 game. So if there's 8 players, or sorry, if there's 2 players, everybody starts out with 8 cards in their hand that they get to look through. If there's 3 players, it's 6 cards, and if there's 4 players, it's 5 cards. So you shuffle the deck up, you divide it evenly between everybody as much as you can, and then everybody gets to look through the deck and pick out and start with that many cards in their hand. So let's go ahead and get to the gameplay. Okay, so we're all set up to play Monster Card Boulevard. We've already shuffled and split the 2 decks. We've both chosen our hands of 8 from our starting decks and then shuffled them and put them back down. So let's see, since I shuffled, that means Gothy gets to go first.
Playing Cranky Frankie for 9.
Cranky Frankie for 9. You play Alabaster, Ringmaster of Disaster. It's a 9-point card.
I'm playing Jean the Lean Green Tattoo Queen for 8.
Okay, and it matches the suit, so she's going to play it on the card. Go ahead and play Bangler, the Strongman Mangler for 7 points, bringing my total up to 16. To your 17.
And then I'm playing Bevel, the Evil Efficient Assistant. He's 5+1.
5+1. Let's see. I'll play Bernie, the Firefighter Biter.
I'll play Sheila, the Sweet and Sour Sorceress for 8.
I'm going to go ahead and play an Illuminati card. Kitsy the Tipsy Gypsy lets me view my opponent's draw pile and take 1 card of my choice.
Okay.
Yep. Grab your draw pile. Okay. I'll go ahead and shuffle that. And this will go into...
Why do I need to shuffle? You've seen what I had in there.
Yeah. So there's only 2 cards from the bottom. Didn't say I have to reveal it, so...
I have an idea.
Nope. Yeah, no clue. You good to go?
I'm going.
Go.
I'm going to play Monster Slayer, the Liquidator. So you can't play any of the witch icons.
Which is which?
Your face.
Oh.
Go.
I play Walker, the Texas Stalker. It's another 6 times, just like the Bernie the Fighter. So each one of those will count for 12 points. Go.
Good job for you.
Yay.
I say pass.
Okay. I'm going to actually play Double Trouble, Nubbles and Bubbles. He's a +1 card, so he will add 1 to all my other circus tent cards right there. Okay. And then since you passed it, coming back to me, and I'll go ahead. Yeah, I'll pass also. Okay, so then we total up points for this round since we both passed. See, I have 9 plus 7 is 16, plus 2 is 18, Within that 1 on him, he gives each other card of the suit 1. So that brings the total for my circus tents up to 20. And then each one of my, where the tombstone suits right there counts as 12. So that's another 24 for a total of 44 points.
That's nice.
How many points do you have?
33.
33. All right, so I win this round. That's a 1 point for me. Bing, bing. Okay. And then we each have a couple cards in our hand. Those get saved. Everything that was on the board, including your Monster Slayer, goes into your graveyard pile. Get to draw 3 cards each to start the next round. And I'm in the lead, winning 1 round. End game is that you want to play until somebody wins 3 rounds. So I'm already well ahead. Since I played last and I passed, play will go to Gothy.
Are you trying to rhyme
next? Am I trying to Bananarama?
Are you being Dr. Seuss?
Bananarama. What?
Anyway.
Show some cards.
I'm playing this card, and it's going to go on my Logan side right here, and I get to draw 2.
Yes, because it has that spyglass symbol that we talked about in the card descriptions. Goes on my side, it'll count for 3 points. She gets to draw 2 cards. And you're done?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and play Wacko Draco for 9 points.
Wacko Wacko?
Wacko Wacko. Wacko Draco. Wacko Draco. Go.
I will play Triss the Muck Miss Anarchist.
Alright, worth 8 points. Awesome.
Yeah, that's what it says.
I'm going to play Cobblestone Jerome for 6 points. It's the same symbol, bat symbol, as my Wacko Draco.
I'm going to play Identical Tentacle, the fire one. 6 times 2.
Okay. I will play Madame Muffin Toppins for 9 points. I didn't name the cards.
I'm going to play Identical Tentacle Ice.
Oh, fire and ice. Ooh.
Good job.
Yay.
Go.
I think I'm going to pass.
Hold on, I'm doing math in my head.
Your maths in your head.
Okay.
For those of you keeping track at home, Logan has 27 points.
I'm going to pass.
And Gothy's going to pass. Gothy has 24 plus 8 is 32. So Gothy wins this round. All the cards on the table get put into the graveyards. And so now we're 1-1 for rounds, and everybody would draw 3 cards from their deck. 1, 2, and 3. And play would continue in the exact same way until somebody wins 3 rounds.
Me?
Possibly. I don't know. So now let's go ahead and get to the review. Monster Card Boulevard is a really good, quick game to just pick up and play. It's small, it's compact, and you can actually stick it in your pocket, carry it anywhere. It's really fun. It's not even complicated or hard to play. You know, you're just putting your cards out there, scoring your points. You know, getting up on the other players. You know, and taking from their decks. It's really fun. It's really easy to learn, and yeah. So go ahead and check it out. Logan, for Logan Chops Reviews. Make sure you check out our sponsors. You'll see them on the end card, and the links to their pages are going to be in the description, so make sure you check them out. And also make sure you hit a like on this video. Go ahead and comment if you'd like. We love comments. We don't get too many of them. Or head over to our Facebook page. Make sure you hit like over there, and also leave some comments on the video there, or just on the page if you like. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.